Hi, today I wanted to go over one of our products called Mega X from Plexus. Mega X is actually our Omega, which I personally and kind of naively didn't think that I needed when I first started Plexus. I've never taken an Omega. In my mind, Omegas were for people that were older, even though I'm in my 40s now. In my mind, it was for older people, elderly people, once you reach your 60s. But I started to do some research because some of my friends who were definitely not in their 60s, they're in their 20s and 30s, were taking this Omega and raving about it and raving about how good they felt. So I thought, I'll do some research and look into what Omegas are, why these specific Omegas are important, and why this might be beneficial to myself and also my patients. Sorry, not my patients, my Plexus customers. That's, sorry, Freudian slip. Once you become one of my customers or one of my ambassadors, you are kind of like one of my patients, though. I mean, that is true, because my ultimate goal is to make you feel great, to have your health be at the forefront of my thoughts and your thoughts, and for you to thrive like I know that you can. And that's what Plexus products have done for myself and my family. So I guess you are technically one of my patients. So anyway, let's go on to Mega X. So Mega X is our Omega supplement. This is what it looks like right here. It's in a black little container. The capsules, the gel caps, are actually quite tiny. If you've ever taken an Omega supplement, or a fish oil supplement is the way most people know these, they are usually quite large. This is how big they are. They are super tiny. Just for reference, here's the bottle, here's the tiny little capsule. They're just tiny little things. They actually remind me of vitamin E capsules that you usually get. They're gel caps, liquid filled. You take 2 of them a day. I usually take mine before I go to bed at night, and they have no fishy smell at all. And why that is Mega X is the only 100% plant-based Omega on the market. So there is nothing fish-derived, shellfish-derived, anything like that in this capsule at all, which is amazing, because I know a lot of people that have actually, their doctors have said they should take an Omega and they can't because they're allergic to fish products, or like me, they hate the smell of fish. I like to eat some fish, but I hate the smell of it. It just gags me. So this absolutely has no fishy smell, no fishy burps, because it's completely plant-based. It contains 5 different Omegas, which is actually unusual on the market too. A lot of times you'll see a 3, 6, 9 or a 3 and 6, or even just a 3, and we'll go over kind of why that is as well, because all of the different Omegas do a little bit different thing. You hardly ever will see a 3, 6, 9, 5, and 7, and you will not ever find that combination in a completely plant-based Omega. So that's what for sure makes ours stand apart from any others. So let's talk about why Omegas are important and what they do for our bodies, because I was under the impression that, like I said, it was for older people, because you hear about it helping with heart health and joint health, which is true. So let's start out with what is an Omega. An Omega is otherwise known as an omega fatty acid, or polyunsaturated fat. They're essential to the human body and for our functions. We need them for many different things, from building healthy cells to maintaining brain and nerve function. Our bodies can't produce many of the fatty acids that we need, and the only source is either food or supplement sources for that. Just trying to get it in our diet a lot of times is very tough, because I know I, for one, really don't pay attention to the exact nutrients of every single thing I eat, from the vitamins, the nutrients, the fatty acids, how much fatty acids are in there, how much, polyunsaturated fat. I mean, really, who has time to look all that stuff up and then to custom tailor their diet to get the exact nutrients and stuff that they need? For me, it's easier to try and have a well-rounded, healthy diet of things that I and my family like to eat, and then supplement. I supplement with, of course, Plexus, as you know, but to supplement so that I get all of the things that we need. And then, you know, the rest of my family gets that as well in their supplements. So let's break down what omegas are actually in Mega X and what they're made out of. So the omega 3, 6, and 9 blend is derived from the ahi flower and from specifically the oil from the ahi flower. Ahi flower is not tuna. We're not talking about ahi the tuna. So it is not fish-based. It's an actual flower. And the 5 and 7 omega blend is from pomegranate seed oil and sea buckthorn berry oil and avocado oil. Okay, so very specific, and you can look those up on the internet. Go ahead and look up usually like WebMD and a lot of the more medical-based sites will give you very specifically what these are, where they're derived from, and how they work for you, if you'd like to research it some more. So the omega 3. Let's start there. So that's otherwise known as an essential fatty acid. That's what all of these are, and is comprised of EPA, DHA, and ALA, which a lot of you have heard about. If you haven't, very easy to look up as well and know why those are important. But DHA, who hasn't heard of DHA? It's all over all sorts of ads on the TV for kids and infants in their formulas and supplements for brain health and eye health, vision health, and nerve function. Omega-3 has been shown to help ease joint stiffness, lower elevated triglyceride levels, lower inflammation, which of course helps in the joint stiffness, which can help with pain. Not only just pain in your joints and pain in your body, but also lung inflammation and pain due to breathing, otherwise like asthma or any other breathing difficulties. As everyone knows, the DHA is essential for baby and infant neurological and visual development. That can also help with adult vision issues to help keep your vision healthy and nerve issues. And it's also been linked to better mood. Cultures that eat diets high in omega-3 seem to have lower rates of depression. And in fact, research has shown that it seems to boost the effect of antidepressants. So if you're currently on an antidepressant, omega-3s can help with that. These have also been shown to increase libido in women. Look it up. Crazy, huh? Omega-3. So omega-6 is essential in cell growth, aiding in brain and muscle development. It's also important in the nervous system as a transmitter for nerve impulses. So that's a very important cognitively, pain issue-wise. Our nerves basically run our whole body. So our brain and our spinal cord and our nerve system runs everything. So transmitting nerve impulses is super important. It's also essential that you have the correct ratio of omega-6 to omega-3. You can get quite a bit of omega-6 actually in your diet. It's found in a lot of the oils that we cook with, oils that are used as preservatives in some of our foods. But unfortunately, the omega-6 that we're getting in those a lot of times is GMO sourced. This, of course, is not. So that is one of the major differences between this omega-6 and the omega-6 that you get in your diet. But you do want to make sure that your ratio of omega-3s to omega-6, that your omega-3s are higher than your omega-6s. So getting a supplement of that is actually really good for you. Omega-9, also known as monounsaturated fats. These have been shown to help with heart health by increasing your HDL cholesterol or your good cholesterol and decreasing your LDL cholesterol or bad cholesterol. Something I learned in nursing school that I will never forget, it stuck with me, is your high healthies and your low lousies. So you want your HDLs or your high healthies to be higher and your LDLs or your low lousies to be lower. So this will help with that balance. It's also been shown to decrease anger and enhance mood, which is very interesting. So that can help with your stress levels and even help with memory retention. Omega-5. So the 5s and the 7s, those are the ones that are kind of not talked about as much. And actually the omega-7 is actually kind of newer in the health food field. So omega-5, while less known, Omega-5 is a very, very powerful antioxidant, at least 6 times more powerful than grapeseed extract. It's a natural anti-inflammatory, which is amazing, helps repair damaged cells, and also controls and regulates glucose transport at the cell membrane level. So omega-7. Omega-7 is kind of newer out there and is still being researched quite a bit, but what they have found so far is that it can help with metabolism, inflammation, and glucose regulation. So do you see a trend? I keep saying the same things over and over, don't I? So metabolism, inflammation, cognitive ability, helping with regulation in your body, especially glucose. So omegas are very important, and all of those different things can help with your mood, stress, and even with your libido. So it's a winner all the way around. As you can see, there's a lot of benefits derived from the omegas, and while many of these can be sought after in your diet, like we said before, I, for one, don't get that well-rounded diet and would really like to get these essential fatty acids in my regimen, in my health regimen, to get all of those benefits. I love the convenience of just having to take 2 of these. I take 2 of them before bed, and that's it. I'm covered for everything. So if you've ever wanted to try an omega, I would highly recommend this one. You get 5 in 1 dose of your omegas. Not fishy, not smelly, no fishy burps, no fishy aftertaste, and you don't have to go to the store and get a bunch of different ones and try and look for plant-based, non-GMO omega fatty acids, because they're extremely hard to find out there, and there isn't one that has all 5 of them in one supplement. Otherwise, you'd have to be going and getting a bunch of different ones. And who wants to, 1, take all those capsules, and 2, try and find ones that are as quality as this one. So if you've ever taken an omega and would like to switch and try a different one, I highly recommend this one. It's been amazing for me. I really do see the difference when I take these every night in my stress level, and then also just being able to think clearly. You know, for me, it's an essential part of my routine. So if you've ever wanted to try it, I would highly recommend it, and I hope you have enjoyed this video and the education that all my research has provided. If you have any questions, let me know.